Alright, it's a Saturday morning and it's pickleball tournament. So we're feeding here. Dad and Earl left to go play pickleball today. So, but that's cool because Jaron has been helping out a little bit with starting to feed. And so it's Jaron and I feeding this morning, which is fun. And we'll get the feeding done so everyone else can play pickleball. Here's the updated sheet. That's for all the loads around here. So you had that one, that mix is ready, right? All right. We got some calves out down here. Not sure where he went. I just saw him. Oh, there he is. Yep, right. Figure out where he goes. I can't remember if we talked about this in a little while, but we were bringing in new calves all the time. So we bring in 5 calves every week, and then about once a month, when we have a group of 20 calves, we index all of the pens. So all of the pens get moved to the next pen, and we add more essentially to our main barn, our finishing area, and we clean out the first big group pen there. So we just did that yesterday, so I had to update our inventory. Our feeding charts are all driven from our inventory, so we had to update that to yeah, to keep everything up to date. Breakfast time. Looks like we need to get another bale on that feeder. Check the waters, make sure they're clean and full. Looks like there's a string left in here. If I can get it out or not. Guess that's why it was left in there. All right, I got them out. Try to keep those strings out of the feeders because they end up in the beaters of the manure spreader, and then we have to spend a lot of time cutting them out. So. right, second mix down here at this property. Everything's going pretty good so far. I was gonna say that the conveyors were all running really great, and then I went to go turn on this conveyor here and it didn't turn on. But luckily, I think the cattle just pulled the wire out at the other end or something. It was just unplugged. So plugged her back in, got her going. Getting into it all the way, huh? Yeah. I just jumped up in the bunk to flip the divider. So we feed half on each side, we flip the divider. And my pants caught on that bolt sticking out there. Look at that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait till those other pants come back from being repaired, if they can repair them. Jaron's already waiting. We already did the grower. That's the one that was on those piles, so let's do the starter next. Almost finished with this tote of minerals, so we got some more cleaned yesterday or the day before. So we're gonna bring those in and set those in there for us. That's not what I was expecting. That's my fault. I put the pallet forks on there and I did not latch them, so luckily, no damage. Let's lock them this time. So you may be curious why that bag of minerals says medicated on the side. And I actually asked our nutritionist to double check, but the reason it says medicated is because it has a product in there called Rumensin. And rumensin is a pretty common term if you're around cattle and feeding and even dairy cattle. But actually, I didn't really know what rumensin does. It's always just been explained as something to help us feed efficiency. But I didn't know really anything more than that. And so I was doing a little bit of reading, and I thought this was pretty interesting. So rumensin can be classified as an antibiotic because it does inhibit bacteria growth, but it sounds like it does it in a little bit different way, because rumensin is an ionophore, and I don't know what that meant either, so keep on reading. It's a substance that's naturally produced by a specific strain of bacteria, and it's generally fed as a sodium salt. But the ionophore part is interesting, and then you can understand why it's classified as an antibiotic and why it inhibits bacteria growth. But look at this. Rumensin functions by creating a shift in ion transfer across the cell's membrane. In order to maintain cell equilibrium, the affected bacteria must use a considerable amount of energy to correct the ion imbalance, therefore reducing the bacteria growth. Gram-negative bacteria, such as starch fermenting bacteria, are more resistant to the action of rumensin than the gram-positive bacteria, which is the fiber fermenting bacteria. So rumensin selectively inhibits gram-positive bacteria, therefore shifting the rumen population to produce a different volatile fatty acid profile. Rumensin is known to inhibit the lactic acid producing strains of bacteria such as this specific one here, and while at the same time not to inhibit the major strains of lactic acid utilizing bacteria in the rumen. So isn't that interesting? So this substance actually works at a cellular level to adjust the ionic shift across the cell membrane. So did you guys catch that? This product is like a bacteria distractor. So it affects the shift of ions across the membrane, and the bacteria then are busy trying to correct that. They're trying to get the ionic equilibrium back, and while they're doing that, it prevents them from growing. They're busy working at trying to repair this equilibrium, and therefore they're not growing, and therefore it reduces bacteria growth. In beef cattle, rumensin reduces the variation in feed intake by causing them to eat smaller amounts more often, so it's a more steady intake. Now, that seems really crazy, doesn't it? The craziest thing to me about that is that somebody figured that all out. It's pretty awesome. If you're interested, you'll have to check it out. There's lots of articles and lots of info about rumensin and how it works, and it's actually really interesting, so you have to check it out. There's like a wee little guy out here. 219. Oh, I see what happened. There's some way too big guys in here. Gates open. Hey, Jaron. Do you want to help me get these guys sorted out? They got this gate open. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey, hey. Hey guys, come on. Hip. 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 Hip, 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 hip. Hey guys, come on. All right, we got to find the rest of them out here. There's probably, I need to check. I think at least 8 or 10 out here. Yeah, there's one. guys are going at it out here. You're too little to be out here. All right, trough's cleaned up. We're gonna scoop up the last bit and we just throw it into the big guys because they'll eat it up. And then we can feed the next mix down here. We had penned all those big guys in because we were struggling to get these little calves sorted out. So we penned all the big guys in and got these guys put back and double checked their sheet and everything's there. So should be good to go now. I'll let them out. All right, we're feeding out the last mix for this morning. Jaron's out there keeping the cattle away. I don't know if you remember, but the cattle love to get in this belt when it's feeding. So we always have to stand out there, keep them away, otherwise they'll pull the belt down and jam it up. So. Turn your back, they'll come and get back in behind you, so you have to keep a watch on them. All right, there we have it, all finished up with the morning feeding. That went pretty good. We had a couple little things that made it a little bit stressful. The gate, the steers somehow got the gate open into where some of the younger calves are, so they were mixed up. And we had a little bit of a time trying to get them sorted back out, and then we had, in that process, we had penned all the big steers into the barn. And I thought, well, while they're in there, I'm gonna do a little bit of scraping up in the barnyard. So I had opened up the one gate in the lower end of the barnyard. But in the meantime, Jaron and I were working at patching up the one ag bag that got hit. And all of a sudden, we looked down and there was cattle running around in the driveway. So we didn't film that because we were running about as fast as we could to try to get ahead of them. So we got them put back in. But other than that, it went pretty good. So, another Saturday feeding, all finished up. All right, next up, we got our new end walls for the commodity bay cover. I don't know if I showed you or not, but the end walls ripped out a little bit on the first windstorm that we had. So we called the guys and they said that they'll make some revisions to how those are put together. And we got our new ones in the mail this week. So we're gonna see if we can put them up, me and the boys, if I can get them going.
We said it at first when they were put together like that, it looked like a hang gliding thing. First couple straps are always the hardest ones to get up there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Come on. Why is this thing not ratcheting? There we go.
So at least getting these sides up this time, it's shady.
Yeah, we did the sides first. We did the sides first last time, didn't we?
Yeah. That's why it was so hot last time.
Yeah.
It's hot today too, but at least we have the cover.
It looks like maybe we need to shift it back towards Jaron.
Yeah. Just a little bit. There's Jaron at the skid loader. We gotta push this back a bit more. All the straps are getting on relatively slowly but surely.
Wait, we need to put a top on here first. Right. Happening down there at that end.
It looks like it's all kind of jammed up.
Can you straighten it out?
Not really.
You have to get it straightened out, but why is it not straight?
I don't know, it's all jammed up in here. I guess there's too much over there. Or not enough over there. Too much over here.
Take that end loose and then we'll lay it out flat and get it in there. All right, we're back at chopping corn silage today. We're gonna fill the second part, or fill the part of our second bunker. This is the first time we've ever done something like this, so we still have half the bunker full of corn silage, and but we figured we might as well fill up the rest while we have access to some. So we're gonna try to fill up the front half of this bunker, and it's just different than we've ever done before, so it's going pretty good so far. get washed up.
Mine got wiped out. I think